Welcome in. Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Let's go ahead and we'll go big cam. We'll go big cam for a minute. We're gonna not have that song playing because it's a legit song. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Had a good weekend. We're ready to play some more Halo tonight. Where's my playlist? Where's my queue? Let's go ahead and remove that one song. Remove from queue. There we go. Perfect. Making sure the streams are both looking okay. We're on YouTube and on Twitch as we continue with our multi-stream. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our Discord. Say hello to our friends if they're there. Let's take a look. Slenderman, welcome in. How are we doing today? Happy Monday. And a hello to Sneeko.
Oh.
How are you? How are you?
I'm here. Kind of queer.
And that's how we like it.
Yeah. What else do you want from me?
You know, honestly, nothing else. That's all I need. From you, that's all I need. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2023.
I hate it already.
You know, if you didn't, I'd be surprised. I'd be worried, actually. Not just surprised, but worried. Slenderman vibin'. We like to hear you're vibin'. Slenderman, how was your holidays? How was your New Year's? Did you do anything fun? Anything exciting? Go ahead and get our lobby. I wonder, do I have enough? I think I've got enough cable. I got enough cable here. I'm gonna show off a little something that I got over Christmas, and I just got set up. I have a stream deck. Can't really see. There you go. You can kind of see the buttons. And I'm super pumped to get to use this on tonight's stream. I'm gonna be learning as we go with some cool stuff that we can do with it. I've already got the transitions between my different scenes added on here. And I've turned it into a soundboard as well, so I can make some cool sounds.
Does it have a button that makes your pants come off?
That's every single one of the buttons. They all make your pants come off.
I see.
Yeah. I felt that was the only real way to do it. And welcoming back for tonight, we have Astronaut joining us as well.
Good to be back. It's been a minute.
It has indeed. Slenderman Gaming can't figure out my new PC that I'm trying to build, so I'm back to my old one for now. Holidays are meh. Dad's in the hospital. Mom 2 hours away. Lost my job and now trying to... Yikes! Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Yeah. That is...
Oof. Well, for what it's worth, from me and from us, I hope things get better for you quickly. I hope you're okay. I guess tonight let's just try and have some fun. You know, give you something fun to watch.
As not to bring down the mood or anything or get too dark with this, but as someone who has also had a very difficult and not so fun holiday season, I just want to say you're not alone. Stick in there. It does get better. It really does.
There you go. I think that's a good message. And if you need people to reach out to, if you need to talk to, you've got me on Discord. You can always hit me up. So, hopefully, yeah, we're wishing you the best.
Yeah, definitely use this time to the simple things, family, friends, whoever, anyone. Just don't be alone during this time. Sometimes it feels like that's all you want to do is be alone, and sometimes you need to be alone. Absolutely, but you're not alone. You can reach out to any of us, and reach out to anyone that might be close to you. It makes a big difference, even if it's just a short call or a text message or just anything. Just having people around you makes a big difference.
There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get our party started, I guess. We've got Sneeko in the game lobby. We'll get Astronaut in here as well.
I'm ready and raring to do some co-op in Halo as well.
Yeah, we'll need to do. I think we're gonna have a fuller crew tonight. Epic might even be able to join us for some games. So I think we'll do some regular multiplayer, but we need to look at some time where you and I can go through that co-op. We doing Lasso?
I already did my Lasso run, but
Oh boy,
it like bugged out and didn't give me the achievement, so I kind of have to go back and do it again.
Gotta do it again. If you don't have the achievement, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I was playing the campaign on Game Pass, which I don't have right now because I was literally getting anxiety over the amount of games that I had at my disposal, and I felt legitimate guilt for not paying attention to all of them. So, taking a little break from Game Pass, and but yeah, I'll be getting the campaign pretty soon, and then if anyone wants to go through that, that'd be fun.
And we also get to welcome in Epic.
What up, boys? What's up?
Go ahead and get you that invite over when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Send it over.
It's sent, baby girl. It's sent. Epic, there's been a few topics in the air right now, but I just wanted to. Honestly, it's a little bit of a boast right now. I was very lucky over our holiday season here, and I have a Stream Deck, so we're gonna be playing with that tonight and trying to have some fun with it.
Nice. I've been looking at getting one of those. I'm gonna play around with the mobile version first, as I tend to have plenty of phones.
That's true.
Laying around.
Hey, you want another one?
Sure.
I got it somewhere around here.
So I'm gonna play around with the mobile version first. But I've definitely been looking at picking either that software or a Stream Deck up.
Yeah. I've been setting mine up today, and I've been. It's been a kid with a new toy. I've been having a lot of fun putting different icons on it and setting up. I've now got it set up so that my transitions, as I transition, it makes a little sound as well.
Ooh. I'll have to check out the VOD afterwards since I have your stream muted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Reminder to regardless whether it's my streams, if you're trying to lurk on anyone's streams, this is just general knowledge for anyone that doesn't already know. If you're lurking on someone's streams, you don't want to listen to them. Maybe you're busy or you're listening to something else, but you want to give them that view. Mute the tab that they're in, not Twitch player. If you mute them in Twitch player, you don't count as a viewer. But if the Twitch player volume is up and you mute the tab, you do.
So I have to have the audio on the stream on, but I have to have the audio for Chrome off.
Correct.
Just that one tab. That's how I get all the drops.
That's how you
the
get
cheat.
drops. Yep, that's how you do it.
Well, boys,
life hack.
I'm finally
Interesting.
breaking down. I'm
Oh.
finally doing it.
Oh.
I'm finally changing my character's armor.
Gasp. Let
You're
us.
finally getting off classic green.
Classic green, the original armor set.
We're customizing.
Going with orange arm, all gray, red visor.
Woo.
So, just a heads up, I'm gonna see how long I can last.
Yeah, you are.
Aren't we all?
I play that game every day.
Sometimes 3 times a day. The absolute worst finally happened.
Uh-oh.
I don't even. I can't even guess.
Did you die? Are you dead?
I might as well have, because my pride and my ego is so damaged
Ooh.
that I might as well be dead. I finally caught the Rona.
Oh no!
Ooh.
It happens. It
Yeah.
happens.
It gets us all, man. It gets us all.
Pisses me off because I'm still the only one at work that wears my mask, and I conscientiously limit the amount of time that I spend around people. You know, all the usual stuff, and still ended up getting it somehow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm more upset that I have to miss work. And that I have to miss
Alright.
and that I have to miss work for so long.
yeah.
But I will say that while it has not been it's not been bad, it definitely just feels like, so it's been about 2 years since I've actually been sick. And usually I get sick like once a year. I get a little 24-hour bug. I wear 2 pairs of pants, 2 shirts, sweater, beanie, put a heater on. I'm a
Sweat it out.
Yeah, I basically just sweat it out. And that's been my approach this round. I'm definitely feeling better because I actually started developing symptoms yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday? Yeah. And I took 2 tests last night because the first one was super duper faint. And you know me, banking on a false positive.
Right.
So looked at my test, it was expired. But then looked them up again to see that they had extended the dates until February, so I still had 2 months on that test. So I took a second test to double confirm that I got a false positive, and turned out I just got a real
You
positive.
just got an actual positive, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want.
I was just gonna hit on. Is astronaut you're still customizing?
I am. I'm sorry, guys. I tried it. I gave it my best shot, but I'm going back to green.
You're going okay. You can keep the green. Green's a good color. It adds some variation in our. We've got a nice little platter here. Just
yeah, I
let
was
me.
looking at the team and I was like, it's missing some green.
Just are you good to start games or are you still customizing?
No, I'm good. I'm all
Okay.
set.
Well, let's jump in while we're chatting here. Epic, I'm sorry that you're sick. I don't honestly. I'm even with the Rona. I'm less sorry about any physical ailment that you have, and just I know the mental anguish that's going to put you through of not
Yep.
being able to work, of this happening.
It sucks.
So we're here for you, buddy. We're all here for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I got the Rona, I got it. I was out for. I was starting a new job. Very excited about it. I got it within my second week of having the job. I was like, they're gonna fire me, and then I had it for like a week because it just, I don't know. it knocked me out for a whole week. And then with like almost exactly a month later, I got it again for a whole nother week.
Yikes.
It was a nightmare. So I hope that doesn't happen to you. And I hope you get over this very quickly and can get back to your life.
Yeah.
Slenderman, since we're about to get in the game, I can't type. No, it won't be weird.
Stephen T in the chat, thank you for coming and saying hi. Love having you here. If Epic needs to go like cough up a lung or something and you want to tag in, you're welcome to. And yeah, reminder for everyone, so we are currently live on both Twitch and YouTube. We're doing a little co-streaming for a while. And if you are watching on one platform, you don't know which one's best, it's whatever's best for your viewing experience. Watch and engage wherever you want.
This fucking guy.
That fucking guy?
I got invis.
Okay, this is just Slayer we're playing?
Yeah, this is some regular Slayer.
I thought we were playing SWAT and I totally died.
Like, oh, wait.
Yeah, I was like, he's not dying!
I got the invis guy, but I blew up.
Worth.
Yep.
We had a fun New Year's. We did miss the presence of all of you individuals. Wish you could have joined us, but hopefully everyone had some good time for themselves.
I guess it was a good thing I didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, sickness, yeah, would not have been fun to have a infected community had that been the case.
Yeah, hopefully before too long we can all have a rendezvous.
Slenderman, right now we're rocking the full crew, but if someone needs to drop out or something, we'll have you jump in. If you want to have it downloaded, you know, just in case, whether it's tonight or some other time, we'd always love to play even off stream. Will do.
Always good to be prepared.
Be prepared.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
So, one of the like a little gift that my mom got for both me and my significant other was we each got a crocheting set.
What?
She got a Harry Potter crocheting kit where it comes with like the pattern and all of the colors and stuff you need.
That's pretty neat.
I got a Mandalorian one.
Ooh,
And
nice.
so last night we went over to one of her friends' houses or places of residence, and I have never crocheted. That is not something that is in my wheelhouse. Until last night, I learned how to do that. It is bullshit. It's witchcraft. it's witchcraft where your ingredients are yarn. But it was quite fun.
I don't know if this is helping the case of crochet, but my mom loves crocheting and she's actually really good at it, and I've got some pretty sweet blankets from her.
Ooh, okay.
Her yarn wizardry.
Yeah, it's one of those like
Man.
now that I've tried to put my own hands on it to do it, it makes seeing what other people can do that much more impressive.
I've always looked at it and I'm like, how many different colors are in here? Like, how did you switch between all this? How long did it take you? And she'll pick like something at the beginning of winter, and then like as she goes, she's like, well, as it gets colder and colder, the blanket just gets longer and longer. And I'm like, yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Oh no! I think they got invis. Yeah,
And how, man?
it's an interesting interesting skill and an interesting thing to experience. Getting a little crafty, putting my hands to use. We were watching some Les Miserables as we were working away.
Yeah, crochet would be great for watching TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you're talking about the movie with like Russell Crowe
Yes.
and Hugh Jackman. Okay, so the movie's good, but if you watch the mini series from PBS, like Masterpiece or whatever, bro,
Yeah?
dude, it is good. It's so good, I like immediately turned around and bought it. Even though it was on streaming, I
Right.
bought it on Blu-ray.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
so freaking good.
Les Mis is one of, if not my favorite, like theatrical musical. I was lucky enough to be able to see it in Gamage when it came through a few years ago, and loved it as well. So I'll have to look for that.
The PBS one though, it's not a musical.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, it's just a straight up drama, and it does not hold back. Like it's pretty brutal,
Okay.
but it was really good. It might be on Amazon Prime still. I'd check there. That's where I watched it.
Got it. I do have that. So yeah, check that out. Thank you for the suggestion.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, well, I just shot Epic. Don't worry about it.
Demon behind you. Yep.
Oh, there's like 3 of them.
They literally just run around the squad.
It's almost like that's a tactic.
Got him.
That's a tic-tac. On that note, I'm just going to throw this out because apparently there's some people that aren't familiar. Or we forget the little things sometimes. If you are a subscriber to Prime, to Amazon Prime, that comes with Twitch benefits, including drops in games like League of Legends and many others. It comes with free downloadable games. Right now it's Dishonored 2. And it comes with a free Twitch subscription. So if you would like to use that on this channel, you're welcome to.
Bro, what? I literally hit nothing but headshots.
So,
as I
a Twitch
jumped well above him. I had the height advantage. I literally shot straight down on him, meleeed him, and he still managed to
Nico
beat me.
below us.
Your bullets just not as effective. That's what we've learned.
Got him. There's the second one. Nice.
I picked him up.
Alright, guys, we got this. We got this. Ooh. Epic, you scared the crap out of me. Epic across the way. I'm on you, Epic. Ooh. 2 down low, both shields broken. 1 behind you, Epic. You're clear, Epic. They're dead.
Oh, I thought I got away from that.
Jesus.
What content has people been watching this holiday season? What's been the recent consumption?
Downton Abbey.
Fuck yes.
Dude, I resisted it for a long time. My
It's
mom was
so
like,
good.
You gotta try it. Just try it. Just try it. I finally tried it. Some of the best writing, hands down. Fantastic show.
I'm so happy to hear this.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, we were so close.
I've been catching up on Star Wars.
Where are you at?
I just finished Andor.
Ooh, what? Okay,
Nice.
I want to hear it.
I still really want to watch that. I haven't gotten to that yet. Speaking of which, Sneeko, if you could in your department there, help out with that. I won't say how, but
Yeah, I'll just buy it and then mail it to you, just like normal.
There you go.
Yeah, just normal. Just good friend. Good friend right there.
I no spoilers.
Yep, spoiler free.
But I don't know
Wow.
how I feel about it.
Wow.
Have you finished it or are you just
I finished it.
okay?
I as of right now, I gave Obi-Wan 3 stars.
Okay.
I give Andor 3.5.
Interesting.
And so this is out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
Okay.
Out of 5, I give it a 3.5.
He's like out of 13 stars. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen Obi-Wan yet. Still really want to see that. Haven't seen Andor yet. Still really want to see that. What I've heard is that Andor is like the peak of Star Wars series so far. The Andor has been like amazing. So that's interesting that you you say that.
Thinking about it, I definitely feel. How do I best say this? I definitely feel that I don't think this is gonna mean anything by saying it, so I'll just say it. I definitely felt that Obi-Wan was more Star Wars than Andor was for me.
Yeah, that's a big factor, and I think that's why so many people like it. Huh? Your game crashed?
My game crashed, yeah.
Rats.
All right, load back up. I think mine crashed earlier when I wasn't actually playing, so I just didn't care. Astronaut crashed once earlier, so
Yeah.
maybe everyone just gets one crash.
Everyone gets one. So Epic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to expand on that because that's been one of the reasons why I think so many people have come out and said they liked Andor so much, is because it is still Star Wars. It's still all connected. It's still all the places and faces and stuff in so much that we kind of know and associate with Star Wars, but it's not all about the Skywalker family or like the Jedi. It's very much more kind of like how Rogue One was much more like about the people involved in this conflict around what we've seen with Luke and Vader and stuff. It's that type of more small person vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Epic, what did you think of The Mandalorian? Have you seen all that?
I have seen it. I'm currently going through and literally watching everything in chronological order. And then I'll move on to everything that's on Disney Plus, including the Lego specials and all of the classic stuff. You know, like the stuff from the 80s, the cartoons and stuff. Whoa! I joined in on you guys' game.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool.
Oh, nice. I would recommend. So since you're going through all this stuff, obviously Clone Wars is fantastic.
Fucking
I mean,
amazing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I've watched through it multiple times. But I hold in higher regard the Clone Wars anime miniseries. And that you can catch on YouTube, the whole thing. And if you watch it all together, it's 2.5 hours long. It's like a movie. And that's what aired on Cartoon Network before episode 3. It was like promotional for episode 3 between 2 and 3. Really, really good. I forget who made it. I know he's made some real big stuff that we've all watched and enjoyed. I forget what it is, but yeah, I'll share that with you. It's really good. I won't pass on that.
To clarify, you don't mean Star Wars Stories.
No, not Star Wars Stories. It's not the Clone Wars. It's Star Wars Clone Wars, and they were released in like 5-minute pieces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have all that.
Wasn't that like Samurai Mace Windu?
Yeah. It's the group that made Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
And it's possibly one of my
Good job.
favorite, Star Wars pieces of content. Period.
Yeah, it was. I remember watching it a long time ago, but it was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real great. I also really liked Rebels. It definitely had better development than Clone Wars.
Fucking, what was that? A fuel cell?
Fuel cell.
Who does that? Fucking get him out of the game.
Every time you say something like that, I'm never quite sure if you're referring to like what someone has said or if it's the game. Like if you were just like really against Rebels all of a sudden or or something.
I've not watched Rebels yet.
Yeah, I have yet to watch Rebels as well.
Rebels and Resistance I have not watched.
One that I want to see that I haven't seen is the Bad Batch, but I heard that maybe it's not quite as good, or I don't know.
It's still, yeah,
it's still good.
It's just not as good.
Yeah.
And it's still earlier on.
Mm-hmm. It is getting season 2 that people are excited for.
Yep, season 2 coming up.
Fuck me.
Season 3 of Mandalorian in March.
Yep. Slenderman, thank you. I'll accept that probably after this match.
And I jumped off the map.
Yep, just did that one. So proud of us. Ooh, there's a lot of people in the middle of the map. Let's see if I can get out of here.
I've only seen like bits and pieces of it when I was a kid, just kind of as I could catch it. But I've been going through the whole Batman animated series right now.
Oh dang!
Okay.
Okay.
Back on my X.
Got him.
And I'm gonna take it all the way through Justice League, Batman Beyond, the whole thing. It's pretty good.
Nice. Watched a few. So I think I mentioned this. I think I've been live since then, but I watched The Kingsman for the first time.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I mean, I haven't seen it. I've seen it.
Seen
of it.
Of it.
Well, are you talking about the newer
you, I
one or
jumped
like
off the map
the
again.
original?
No, like the first one.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was sad that it took me so long to get around to it, but great movie.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. I feel like I just watched something else as well.
I'm on a real DC kick, so I finished the live-action Titans.
Ooh, how's
Fucking you.
Yeah, I don't know. I
that? Fuck you watching Titans.
No, I don't. I feel like it could go either way.
I need Epic on a separate audio track, so if I ever record like want to post these clips in a way that makes sense. Ooh, counter snipe. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah, how's Titans?
The 4th season was definitely the most ambitious and my least favorite. But it's pretty good. I mean, as far as like a live-action, gritty, kind of young adult version of Teen Titans, it's like an HBO version of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay. Take
And
that.
you know, I'm a big DC fan. That's kind of my shtick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's fun. You know, I'm not like holding my breath for it every year or anything, but
Right.
it's good.
Nice.
Oh, fuck was that?
Sneeko, what have you been watching?
Oh, just today I watched Amityville Horror, very old horror movie. Well, not very old, but 2005. It had Ryan Reynolds in it. Not that great. All jump scares, pretty garbage. But Ryan Reynolds was looking pretty fucking ripped.
Nice.
As usual. I also watched Love and Thunder today. You know, Christian Bale's great, but the movie's kind of disappointing.
Yep. Agreed.
That's what I've heard.
And I also finished a very long list of podcasts this month.
Ah, nice.
All right, I'll step it up.
I believe.
Currently sipping a warm ginger ale. Keep my
Ooh.
core temperature up.
There you go. Dude, hot toddy. That's where it's at.
Toddy, yes.
Hot water, whiskey, go for it.
But I do
Oh,
have my my bottle of Black Steel in front of me, but can't water that down.
I mean,
I will confess. I mean, I have
confess.
watered
Not
down
official.
my drink of water,
oh shit,
and it's very watery,
bro.
and that's how I'm just taking it, just
Bruh.
like that.
Nah, fam. Not about that life.
It's like putting ice in your water and then it just dilutes it.
Some people don't like it.
No,
It's true.
I like my water nice and strong, fresh
Yeah.
from the tap.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no,
Straight.
fuck that. I'm not drinking Arizona tap water. You joking?
Yeah.
That's a way to get poisoned.
That's how you get cancer.
Slenderman with a very good point. Just start doing shots of hot sauce. You know, that'll clear your sinuses, baby. Keep that
Right.
core temperature right up there.
5 days of quarantine stream. Just going through every hot sauce known to man.
Yep. Did anybody watch Knives Out Glass Onion?
I'm not a big fan of onions, so no.
I saw Knives Out. I haven't seen Glass.
Glass bunion.
Glass Onion.
Oh, onion. No,
Is
I
this
watched the first
related
one.
to?
Knives Out.
Yeah, it's a direct sequel.
Oh, okay.
It's Benoit Blanc on the case again.
Is this like
it's on
a,
Netflix?
I'm unfamiliar with. I'm unfamiliar with this series, and I've not looked up like what the source material is, even or if there is source material, but it feels very much like one of those box sets that you'd get as a kid that has all the different mysteries in it, and you have like Sherlock Holmes kind of,
Right.
where he's like going around and solving all these different things. And so we watched Knives Out, and then I saw the trailer for Glass Onion, and it's all a Knives Out mystery thriller or Knives Out whatever. And I'm like, okay, so is this just that? It's like I'm just curious where the source material comes from. Am I supposed to know? Like, is there somebody in the world that's like, fuck yeah, they finally made Knives Out into, my favorite mystery series into a TV show?
No, I'm pretty sure Knives Out. I'm checking right now, but Knives Out. It looks like is just a. It's just a movie. I think the reason
Oh,
why
yeah,
it's
not TV series, movie series.
yeah. It's not based on like a book series or anything like that. I
like-
think. Oh, go ahead.
It's Ryan Reynolds or not Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Ryan Johnson's thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think the original plan was for there to be a sequel. It wasn't written as a series in mind, which is why maybe the naming is the
Playing
way
Slayer
it
or
is.
what?
This is Slayer. Because it's like they want people to know it's connected to Knives Out as far as the characters, but the plots don't overlap. The only important thing is it's the same detective.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. It's one of yeah.
It's like
a
Murder on the Orient Express, right? Where it's like
That's
it's,
what I was thinking of.
yeah. So and there's something that clicked while watching Glass Onion, and it kind of makes sense when I think about Knives Out itself. Is they kind of occupying a
Wall Street.
They occupy Wall Street, yes. They occupy the weird space of being a parody of something while doing it really well. Because it is a murder mystery, or it's like a mystery series. But it's really tongue-in-cheek about it. Like, it kind of knows that sometimes it relies on unlikely events or like weird timing or knowledge or whatever it might be that murder mysteries often rely on, and playing with that.
Bro, fucking what, man?
Slenderman, what do you mean? Why are you playing my name like that? What? Why am I saying your name?
He's like, how dare you acknowledge me?
Honestly, every time I go to like either reference what you're saying in chat or direct a comment towards you, there's a switch in my brain that goes, do I say Slenderman or Slayer? And it's every single time I have to like stop and think about which one I'm gonna use.
Slayer.
Team Slayer. So, but yeah, I enjoyed Glass Onion. I think it was fun. The like twists and reveals in the mystery are well done and entertaining. That's my 2 cents.
Speaking of this kind of stuff, I started watching Murder on the Nile.
Orient Express.
No, the one
sequel.
that comes after that.
Yeah, Murder on the Nile.
I didn't finish it. I wasn't a fan.
I've heard it wasn't great. Like, a lot of people liked Orient Express, myself
Yeah.
included.
I'll touch that.
A lot of people did not like Murder on the Nile.
It didn't feel clever.
Ooh,
Or
and that's
like a mystery.
yeah.
It didn't feel orienty enough.
Well,
Can I
that's
say
true.
that?
It did not feel Orient at all.
Which is
It was
honestly
missing that.
technically a good thing because it's no longer the Orient. But
It was missing that.
maybe that's what it needed.
Power items in transit.
3 minutes till download. Nice.
Bro, what?
Have arrived.
What? Cool whip.
Cool whip. Cool whip.
Oh, one more. Cinder shot on my dead body. I was trying to kill him. I was trying.
Oh! I had
Oh,
an
there's
overshield.
so
I
many.
shouldn't have done that. I was too confident with my overshield.
I completed what is, as far as I'm concerned, the hardest thing I have ever done in a video game, which is got over 50,000 points in Jumino Kart, which is a arcade game, reminiscent, although even more difficult than Flappy Bird, which is an arcade game inside of Stardew Valley.
Wow.
And it is the most bullshit thing in the world. But I did it.
It's pretty difficult because Flappy Bird is basically the Dark Souls of mobile games.
Yeah. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play like a whole lot of Flappy Bird. I wasn't exactly a trend I really got into. But as far as I'm aware, it didn't like change levels. It was just like how long can you go.
Yeah.
This had like basically the same
Fuck off.
type of mechanics where like you have one ability and that is to jump, and the long press gives you a higher, longer jump. But instead of being a flying bird, you are in a rail cart, and if you at any point fall off the rail by missing a jump or not jumping when you're supposed to or something like that, or if you encounter an obstacle, then you die. But every like 2 minutes, like it's you're on a set levels, and so each time you get to the end of a level, a new one comes up, and it's the same order, and they get just progressively more frustrating. Like the second one, the rail is now covered in ice in certain spots, so your speed changes, which changes how much your jumps, how they work. The third level, which is the most bullshit level of them all, has a fucking you're underwater, which means that like you're floaty, kind of like being underwater in the Mario games. But there's a whale at the end of the screen in front of you, just blowing bubbles at you the whole goddamn time, which kill you.
What a bastard.
He's a bastard. Anyway, it sounds simple. It's not. It was frustrating. I did it. So.
Bro, how do you have that much directional control while you're in the air?
The Mjolnir suit has thrusters. So many nades.
This is it, guys.
Back to my ex. He's no longer cracked.
He's no longer my ex. We're back together.
Yep. Alright.
They're going for overshield.
Ah, fuck you.
Download is done. Nice. All right. Got it.
Behind you. Plaza.
I should have known that you meant me.
Always. How's that not a back slap? Whatever. I got the kill. I got the kill anyway. I don't need no help.
Jeez.
Nice.
I left the volume on my phone with the stream on, and all of a sudden I heard you, and I thought someone was in the room with me. I was like, "Oh,
What's happening?
I forgot I'd left the volume up."
You know, since we've got the volume up, I'm just gonna play a little sound for you.
There you go,
That's
let's
it.
kill.
Nice. Proud of you.
What's up?
Good way to end.
The losing streak.
All right.
Stream. What?
Yeah, no, GG's.
Yeah. Yup.
The match, sir. End the match.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we have any Assassin's Creed fans watching there, but I just finished the first AC game and I'm going through the second one right now, and
Ooh.
they are real good. The first one feels like practice, the second one feels like play.
Yeah. That feels right. 2, honestly, like, I love some of the things that they did with the future games. As the games have progressed and kind of grown with the different gaming generations. But 2, it's perfect. It's a little like it's simple, it's easy to get like into. The stories, the characters are all phenomenal. The pacing
Music.
works really well. The music.
Yeah.
There's some humor. There's some deep moments. Yeah, like I think like 2 and Black Flag stand out as I think the pinnacles of that series.
Salud de Claudio.
I've played all of them, and this is about to blow your mind, especially because you know what a big AC fan I am,
I do.
except Black Flag.
All right,
I've never
we're
played Black Flag.
ending the stream right here, and we're.
You can just play Sea of Thieves. It's literally the same game.
I mean it's. Get out. What?
One for one, literally the exact same game.
Except for you control the entire ship in
To
AC
be
Black
fair,
Flag.
part of the reason that I have played 1 and I'm playing 2 now is because I want to play through the whole series. So I do intend to play Black Flag,
You better.
but it came out at a time that I was like just getting back from being out of the country, and there's
Yeah.
a lot going on, and I just missed it,
Yeah.
How fucking old that game is?
Yep.
dude. But
Jesus.
like,
It was end
even
of the
going back
360
to the
era.
first game, I was like, oh man, these games are gonna look so terrible. And don't get me wrong, they don't look like modern games, but dude, they are beautiful games.
Yeah, they've definitely like you said, you can tell their age, but they've aged quite gracefully.
Yes, yeah.
Fuck you, dude. How'd you not die? With the first hit, like
Willpower.
he's cracked on my X demon. Come down to me. Oh, never mind. He's not cracked anymore. There's 2 of them.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck that
where'd
up.
they all go?
Right there. Yeah, two and Black Flag are my standouts. I did enjoy the. I never finished it, but I played a good chunk of hours into Odyssey, and I did enjoy it.
Odyssey is way up there on my list. I freaking love Odyssey. I get people being like, it's not a real Assassin's Creed game and all that stuff. Honestly, I think they should have made it a new... I think they should have called the
Property.
series The Hidden Ones or something like
Yeah.
that. Like it's
Differentiate
connected
it.
to Assassin's Creed, but it's like different. But I really enjoy that game a lot.
Yeah,
I actually really enjoy all of them, to be honest.
I mean they're all quality games for varying levels,
What the
different reasons.
Power
all
items
fun.
in transit.
They're all 3 in that corner.
Okay.
Yep.
Please collect your power items.
Can I get to the sniper before they do? Let's find out. On this
Can I
episode,
get a little closer, Jiggy Jiggy?
can I get a ha?
Oh yeah. You want the sniper demon? I got it.
Ha! I don't know. Do you? Because I have one. Do you have a different one? You can have that one. Yeah, I liked some of the time periods that they've been exploring, like with the newer
Oh,
games.
fuck you.
Ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and then like the Viking Age. But I do miss the Assassin's Creed gameplay,
Yeah.
where it was a little more streamlined, a little less RPG.
Extreme distance. Calculated.
Yeah, here's my thing. I've played a lot of them. I've thought very deeply about them. I hear people's complaints on them. I feel like Ubisoft, they worry too much about mixing up the game mechanics. I get some things, because some things it's like, look, some characters are going to be, you know, narratively speaking, they're going to be better at this aspect or that aspect, or like in the Caribbean, there's bushes to hide in, but in Venice, there's no freaking bushes. Or,
Sure.
you know, I get some gameplay mechanic changes between games to fit the narrative.
Confirmed.
But sometimes it's like they feel like they can't call it a new game unless they totally redo the mechanics.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, man, these are story-based games. Make a new story, but like, keep the gameplay mostly the same.
Yeah, it's okay to like make some tweaks, like you said. You know, maybe it needs to be customized a little bit to the time frame, but otherwise, let it be. Let it be.
And like, okay, so I played Valhalla. I don't own Valhalla, but I played it during the whole free week thing and everything.
Yeah.
I get what people say. They're, you know, it's like the whole thing of like, it's a good game, but it's a bad AC game and all this stuff. The tree parkour, there's trees everywhere, and there's no tree parkour. And the biggest complaint people have is that like there's like the buildings are spaced too far apart to fit the setting, but there's no like parkour in between. There's nothing connecting the buildings
To make it
and
fluid.
there's trees everywhere,
Yeah.
and you can't freaking run through any of them.
Didn't AC3 have tree?
Oh, yeah, AC3 had like amazing tree parkour, and then for every one since then, they're just like, we don't know what to do with trees. It's like, this is what I mean of like, why is it always like one step forward, one step back with the
Yeah.
mechanics? These are narrative. We're buying these games for the narrative, and like, we don't want the gameplay to be changing a whole heap ton all the time. Like,
And I want to be able to
things-
assassinate people regardless of what level they are. Like, if I can pull off an assassination, I want to assassinate them.
Yeah, I don't know. I
How are we
have
still in the
like this
same corner of
huge
the map?
love-hate relationship with Ubisoft. On the one hand, they are hands down, they're the company that makes my favorite IPs, period.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're just like trash at making those IPs. Like, and the fact that there still isn't a new Splinter Cell game,
Oh,
I'm
blows
just
my mind.
like, why?
Just quick shout out. Thank you, Keem, for the follow. Welcome to the Horde, and hope you're having a good time.
Visibility.
Yeah, sometimes I do wonder if, like, have they just been spending all of their resources in their, like, live service games? Because I do see studios doing what, in my opinion, is making a mistake and putting all of, like, just stop realizing the art and just becoming, well, these generate money, so we're gonna, like, and not realizing that they are making art when you make a game.
Yeah, it's like they really do take for granted what they have. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So frustrating. And I mean, I could say this about like EA and a lot of other companies.
Oh, for sure. Ubisoft is at least still putting out single-player games that don't rely on microtransactions.
It's like they fight themselves. Like Odyssey was supposed to be Cassandra was supposed to be the only main character. But then the producers, the higher ups were like, nah, we gotta have a guy main character. No one's gonna want to play as a girl. Well, now everyone says that Cassandra's the best character.
Oh yeah, by far.
By far. And all that time and resources spent making Alexios also a playable character took away from so many things that could have been going just into the game itself, just ironing it out. And then everyone was like, this is so dumb, don't do this. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry, yeah, we fully support Cassandra and our female characters. And then again with Valhalla, Eivor was supposed to be only female. And then they're like, nah, no one's gonna want to buy a female-led game. And so then they made the male version, and they pushed him in all the marketing, and it's like, how do you guys keep making these mistakes? And then they're like, oh, we're so inclusive as a company, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, see, contrast that with BioWare, who released Mass Effect 1, Commander Shepard, the male Commander Shepard is like the Commander Shepard. Yeah, you can play as a female Commander Shepard if you want, that's fine. And then everyone
They're literally
loved
all on me right now.
her performance and playing as the female Commander Shepard, that they made her like the leading box art for 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I'm not one to get into politics. I've said this before. I don't care, but I'm just really tired in the game industry. Like, pick a character, stick with it, commit to it. It feels like they care more about the whole male-female thing than any of the fans do at all.
Yeah.
Like, I swear, I don't know. Whatever. I'm done. I'm not gonna.
And we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that.
I swear.
Oh, fuck yeah, I stuck that guy.
Swear on Grandpa's nipples.
Okay.
Yeah?
Guy's got a repulsor. That's
Oh.
cool.
Is it?
He just rolls me off the freaking map.
Yeah, they do that.
And then they made Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, see, that's my point. That's just a female character, and that's one of Sony's biggest IPs right now.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know if that's where you were going with it, but
That's exactly where I was going with it.
yeah.
Oh.
GG's. I'm having fun with the soundboard. All right, should we mix up the playlist? Do we want to play a different game type here?
I'm good with that.
We got Team Snipers, we got Big Team, we got Ranked, Fiesta, SWAT,
Let's do a little bit of SWAT, please.
some SWAT.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was also
Yeah.
thinking.
Let's get out of that peasant playlist.
Now that we're warmed up on the babies.
Let's get to a real man's game.
Yeah. Big boy. Big boy.
When I shoot someone in the face, I want them to die. Through the computer.
Exactly. There it is.
You die in the game, you die in real life, man!
Man.
There was a
over.
back in the very beginning of COVID and the pandemic and everything. The Antwoord, they posted a video, like basically just like updating, you know, on like what they were doing and stuff like that. But they were both wearing masks, and they were talking about, they're like, we're taking this thing seriously. We have no idea, you know, how it's contracted or anything. That's why, like, we're on the internet, but we're wearing masks. Like, we're taking all the precautions. And I'm like, it's not a digital virus, guys.
We don't want you to download
Okay.
COVID.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Talking about dying through the digital world, the guy that I'm pretty sure it was the guy that started Oculus way back in the day before Facebook got it.
Yes.
He says it's a gag, but it feels a little too real. He made a VR headset that when you die in a game, it has these two huge metal rods at the top of the VR headset, and it actually kills you.
Victory.
I need to not go in that elevator because every time I go in it, it like rubber bands me, and then I end up like having a mantle at the top of it. It's weird.
Yikes. I mean, look, if we need
Thanks,
to like
Butler.
push technology to get VR
Point
into
across.
more mainstream, let's go. Although killing the fan base maybe doesn't help.
Might not
Go in the
help.
back their base.
I'm all for the deep dive,
Two
but
of them.
I just don't really want to die in general.
Oh.
And I know what my KDA is in games just across the board.
Astronaut, we're gonna have to revoke your millennial card. You don't want to die? I don't know what.
I've done some real thinking, and yeah, I've decided I don't want to die anymore.
Huh. All right. Well, I guess that's your choice to make, or something like that.
Hey man, we all got to make that choice, and who knows? That might change. But right now, I've decided I'm gonna start taking ice baths, and I'm gonna live 1,000 years. That's
Oh.
the new goal.
There we go. Regulate breathing.
Yeah, I've decided that it's a chump move to die, and the real move is to just not die. Period.
Wow.
Nobody wants to move to 21 Chump Street.
Get out.
So I recently picked up Minecraft for VR.
Ooh.
Ooh, is it fun?
It
I've heard
is.
it's
It's ridiculously fun, and it comes pre-installed with shaders.
Oh.
So it's absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
And it's compatible with mods, which means that we can play that mod pack that we were playing with before, Demon.
Ooh.
The giant
in
tits.
VR.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That one.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, that one.
Got it. Okay.
And but I took it is absolutely insane the fact that it's it's to scale. I'm standing on a block, and I know that block is 1 meter,
Yeah.
and I have spatial awareness of my shoulder width, and just looking down, looking at a skeleton at eye level.
They're coming up behind, guys. Coming up behind. In the
And
base.
it's a new experience for sure.
I am excited to check that out.
So speaking of which,
fuck
Epic,
that up.
you are the newest among us to VR, and
Oh, I don't
mean,
have Among Us VR.
yeah, okay. And it sounds like in general you're enjoying it, but now that you've had it for a bit, what's your consensus of VR overall? Now that you've had the dive.
It's still very much the future.
Yeah.
I'm also one of those people that really values immersion in a game, and I mentally put my all into this world. And so like I was on the phone with my brother the other night while I was playing it, and I walked into a village, and I walked into a building,
Demon.
and that building had a table, and I immediately went to go put my controllers on that table to relax my hands for a second.
That is a good problem and a common problem I have with very well-made VR games.
Mm-hmm.
I've full on sat down on a chair before in VR, and not like, you know, oh, quirky. No. Fully forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, now some of these worlds are just so well structured, and like the haptics and the controllers do just enough that like you think you're interacting with these worlds, and it does a great job of tricking your brain.
Yeah. Personally, I mean, VR still has a little ways to go. You know, it still requires a bit of power, you know, CPU, GPU power to get it looking really good and everything. But personally, it's the most. I think it's the most incredible gaming, interactive,
Experience.
whatever kind of experience I've ever had.
For sure.
Yep, I agree.
What would you say? Which game would you say you've been the most immersed in?
Well, I really haven't had
That's what's up.
spectacular.
That's what's up.
I haven't really had, like, for instance, in Elite Dangerous, I have probably close to 12 hours in that game just trying to set up this virtual cockpit and the controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not working, and it's pissing me off.
That game takes, I mean, even without the virtual stuff that you're doing, like, that game just takes a while to just set up, period, I felt like.
Yeah, I definitely felt the most immersed in Half-Life Alyx, but starting with that game and how sick it made me, I've not retouched it. Now I have a much higher tolerance to the motion sickness, and so I'm sure that I will revisit it here in the near future. But I have a lot of time playing around in Skyrim VR and modding that one. And that's a cool experience. For sure. But I wanted something like, don't get me wrong, like what I'm doing in Skyrim is great. And is very immersive. It is not relaxing.
Yeah.
Like it is a lot of work. You know, putting the survival mode on and having yes, Minecraft has hunger and you have to eat and you can starve. You know, and you have armor durability and stuff like that. The Skyrim survival mode is like 10 times as fast.
Yeah,
And so
brutal.
you really have to pay attention to your food and your water and your energy. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good time. So I realized that I kind of did that to myself
Yeah.
with it. And so I remembered that Minecraft was on VR, and I felt bad that I really wasn't like playing anything in it. I was just, like I said, spending 12 hours setting up Elite Dangerous. And so I wanted something that I could just relax
To win.
and play.
Contact the authorities.
And so Minecraft definitely is going to do that.
Okay.
So, but my game crashed.
Ooh.
You must seek medical attention.
It's struggling a little today.
I definitely think that is a big part of VR. Like, yeah, I've spent so much time in VR games just going through settings and the VR settings, the game settings, the PC settings, the settings upon settings upon settings. And at some point, I feel like it really is best when you can just kind of relax in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so being that I can play Minecraft with mods, I'm going to install that mod pack, which makes it that much more expansive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, even with everything that we had in that mod pack when Demon and I were playing, it was still, you could still have a relaxing Minecraft experience. It's not like it changed. It's not like it changed the difficulty of it.
Right.
There was just a lot more things to distract
Options.
yourself with.
Yeah.
Like our storage system. And so, yeah, I mean, I just felt bad that I have this headset that's literally just, I upgraded the head strap to a Kiwi Design battery pack headset,
Nice.
so that way when I do stream VR, I can have the battery life in order to do a full 4-hour stream.
Yeah.
Without being connected to a wire. And it is stupid comfortable. Like
Nice.
ridiculously comfortable. Like it takes all of the weight off of the front of your face. No more like straining neck of the weight pulling your neck down. And I got their upgraded controller grips that have the the index controller straps.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the controller grips as well. So you can just open your palm and it doesn't drop.
Just relax your hands.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Huge difference. So I just kind of felt bad that I've invested this money into this device, and it's just sitting here with nothing that I really can just relax and play.
Yeah.
So, Minecraft is, like I said, is definitely going to do that for me.
Yeah. That's good. I really feel like that's when VR is at its height, is when you can just settle into an experience. And settle into experience for a while as well. Like playing a short game or whatever, 5, 10, 12-hour game, that's really good. But when you can just kind of exist in a space, that's where it really starts to get, like, transcendental.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited for that.
So, Sneeko, since you brought this up, what game would you say has been the most immersive for you?
Definitely Alex. It's just so well optimized that those barriers fall away.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx is just phenomenal. Demon, what about you?
I have not yet dove into Alex, and so I think Elite is probably mine. Because it's, it has the benefit where as a character you're already stationary.
Yeah.
So there's less kind of chances for it to like the game world and your world to conflict.
Right, because you're already sitting in a chair.
Yeah. So sitting in a chair, sitting in the cockpit in your ship, kind of similar. But yeah, and then just the views. I do have the flight sticks set up, so it really was like I would look at my hands in the game, and they were doing what my physical hands were doing in real life as far as manipulating the controls, and then just being able to look around my ship and really feel like you were in that space. It was very cool.
Yeah, I would probably say Elite Dangerous as well. It takes a minute. It takes a while to get your controls just right. I mean, just figuring out how to play the game, period, takes a bit. But once you really get in the groove of it and you're just flying through space and you have full control of your ship and you have that feeling of being able to go anywhere in the galaxy, and then if you also get set up the thing in VR where you can have your desktop screen up, to have Netflix or something up, then you can just relax in there.
Yeah, and like literally, you can just become space trucker, and it's like you're living the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the space for full VR right now, so I've been thinking about getting back into Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, I can just move my my flight sticks in and out. This is a problem I ran into today. Once I got my Stream Deck plugged in, I need more USBs, more USB slots.
Yeah.
Because I had both my webcam and my earlier I had both my webcam and my Stream Deck plugged into a USB expander, like a hub, and I noticed that the webcam wasn't working, it wasn't turning on, and like giving me video feed, and it was acting like most applications, if a webcam feed is already going to one application, it won't go to any others.
Correct.
And so I was like, do I have something else open that's drawing the feed and blah, blah, blah. Couldn't figure it out. Started moving the USBs around, and basically I'd overloaded the USB hub. I had too many high power things plugged into it.
Yep.
And yeah, it's like I've maxed out everything on the actual case. I've got the hub. Anything that only needs USB for power and otherwise doesn't need to be interacting with the computer, that's already plugged in somewhere else. I need more USBs.
Yeah, I have a 3.0 hub plugged into like a 3.0 port, and in that I put my mouse, my keyboard, and my headphones.
Nice.
That way, like using all the stuff that doesn't require 3.0, but it's going into that one 3.0, so it's not like overloading it or anything. And,
Yeah.
use that to gain some more space. But yeah, man, USB ports, that kind of feels like always a little bit of a struggle.
I have my webcam, my keyboard, and my mouse plugged into the tower itself, and then I have everything else plugged in. I actually have two hubs that are daisy chained for excuse me, for lights.
Okay.
Because I have 3 lights that I power via USB.
That you're powering from your computer?
Yeah, through the USB hub.
So I feel like you
Interesting.
could just wall USB those. Get a
Yeah,
USB.
you could just plug those in, but
I could, but I mean, you know that wall outlets are never the most convenient, and so on some of these lights they give you maybe 3 feet or 4 feet of cord, and running, like, I already have, and like looking at my power strip right now, I have my my tower, I have a fan on the desk, and I have my 3 monitors plugged into that power strip.
ooh, okay, yeah.
So, like, as it stands, because those monitors have the transformers right at the outlet, I only have 2 free plugs right now on my power strip, on my surge protector.
Is
And-
Epic back in? Are you back in?
Yeah, I'm back in.
Okay.
So, having another power strip, or because I also have I have a mini fridge, but that's plugged into another outlet, and I don't know how much more devices I can plug into the outlets before I overload it. And I know that power is power, but if I'm drawing the power from the tower rather than dedicating that to an outlet, and again, those cords are so short, so it's like I have one light that's on my desk that the cord itself would not reach any outlet in the room. And then I have another one that's on a stand that's on the floor that lights up the green screen, and it wouldn't reach. It would reach a different outlet. And then the other one I have clamped on my desk definitely would not reach an outlet. And so I had to, plus, I didn't want to kick any cords because my power strip and my outlet is directly in the center of my desk. So having a bunch of other cords running in front of my desk and behind my desk into the outlets, I just didn't want to kick them. So it's cleaner for me to have them daisy chained on these hubs.
Earn the most kills to
I
win.
see that.
Then contact the
I feel that. I feel that. Okay. Alright. Watch out, Demon. That guy just got both of us. He's in the street. Yeah, he got you too.
Dead. It's gonna be a rough one. The commandos are always a bit of a janky game. But you
Got
know,
him.
we make do. Look at you. Popping off.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, power. Power is always a little rough. And then when you start getting into, like, powering just a lot of stuff for all of this, then you also have to think about, well, it's not just the outlet, but outlets on the same wall are pulling from the same power line. So even though you might think, oh, well, I'm plugged into a different outlet, well, it's the same power line. So
It's the same circuit. It's the same breaker.
Right, exactly, yeah. And so it's like, so then you have to start like thinking, okay, well, can I utilize lines like outlets from elsewhere so I don't overload this wall? Like, yeah.
Yep. I've learnt this this winter. So I don't really use the heating for the house because it's just me. So it doesn't make sense to like heat the whole house if I'm just in one
There's
room.
two on my X. Yeah.
So I won't turn on the heater, so I'll turn on like a little space heater and just like have the door closed. I can't run the space heater and the microwave
In the alleyway on my body. Oh, you got me, Sneeko.
because that will flip a breaker.
Yeah. I have an electric fireplace here in the computer room.
Station behind the desk.
Watch out, Epic. There's a blue guy who's just like all he does is like sit on angles. Yep, on his stairwell.
Got him.
He just watches one fucking angle.
So, I actually,
Down in that underground base in the corner. I don't know what it's called.
Station.
police station. Got him.
The one that we go into for oddball.
Gas station.
So I actually have it set up now. So I'm working with my brother right now. My brother is running a business where he's got a little like warehouse on our property, and he actually got two completely different like power lines, one going to the house and one going to the warehouse.
Ah.
And so I've set up all my stuff out in the warehouse so that I can have a completely exclusive
Power supply.
power going exclusively to my stuff. And so yeah, I've got like a little heater next to me. And
There you go.
and I'm like, this is good. I don't need to heat this whole place because I've already got a lot of other things plugged in. But I went for that exclusive power when I found out about that.
Yeah, we heat the house with a wood burning stove. And
It's pretty nice.
space heater just in case.
Yeah.
We've got a fireplace in our place, but we being from Arizona, we haven't quite yet figured out the fireplace. And I know that might sound like that's ridiculous and it's just easy, which we thought that too, but when we actually started thinking about putting a fire in it, we were like, we know nothing about fireplaces and we are building a fire in our home. Like, maybe we should figure this out first. So that's one thing we're excited for next winter.
Is learning. Getting a fire going is, I feel like, the easy part. It's kind of maintaining it. Like, if that's your source of heat throughout the day or whatever,
Yeah.
Maintaining it is where the true like skill is gonna come in at a good level.
Controlling your airflow so that way you're not burning too hot and burning your fuel too fast, but not having it so they're literally both in that corner station. But not having it too low so it smothers itself and actually generates heat. It's like the art of grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subway.
Yeah, and the fireplace right now, like the people had put this like little fake electric thing on it, like where it's got it just puts out it plugs into the wall, it just puts out a little bit of heat, and it's got like a little fake fire image thing.
Yeah, it's
that
just a vent
goes.
heater.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't hardly do anything. It just covers up the hole in the fireplace. So we don't actually have like a front for the fireplace, like any kind of a screen or any kind of like a window thing or whatever you're supposed to have. And at first we were just about to light up this fire, and then we're like, isn't there supposed to be something that keeps the fire from blowing out into the living room and onto the carpet? And so yeah. Next year.
We definitely want to invest in like a few tools.
These fucking
Yeah.
guys, man.
Yeah, we're like, aren't there supposed to be like fireplace tools and stuff? Something?
You can get like a little kit, a little setup, screen, and some tools.
Well, we got the tools and everything. We got like a box of like firewood that you just get from Home Depot to get a start and everything.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find the right like cover for it, like the right front for it.
Okay.
And
You're
so
thinking of a spark screen. It's like a kind of a chainmail grate that goes in front of it.
well, we looked at that, but apparently that only works on certain apparently different fireplaces have different hookups for different types of coverings. And so we were going to get the screen, but it wouldn't connect to the type of connectors that ours has.
Oh, mine, like, I don't have connectors. Mine just sits in front of it.
Yeah, it's usually got its own legs.
Mm-hmm.
See, ours doesn't. We were gonna do that as well. Ours doesn't work for that as well. Ours, it's one where like it actually like, it's got to connect into it on the top and bottom, and it's like little glass sliding doors. You know, they like the accordion kind of doors. They gotta like open and close. It's like set up. I don't know. It's like a whole thing. We at the end of the day, we honestly didn't want to deal with it that much. The
Sure.
heater works fine. Like,
We have heat. We're alive.
Yeah.
It's okay.
we've survived the winter. It's, I don't know.
It's you got one of those ones that somewhat little more updated, and it's got like trim around it, and it probably has like a blower to blow the heat out the front.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's got like glass doors and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Those ones you have to get ones that are very specifically sized for your fireplace. And they're a pain in the neck.
Yeah, and
Replace those all the time for the houses up here at work.
okay, well maybe I'll ask you about it then when we come around next year. And the blower we felt like was full of dust, and my brother was worried that like if the dust got too hot that somehow the dust could ignite and that'd cause problems, and I don't know enough about it to dispute him on it, so I was just like, I mean, I don't want it to blow fire out, so
I could
fair.
definitely see his point of concern on that, but I don't think that
It's not likely.
I don't think your fireplace is getting that hot in order to combust.
I mean, that's kind of, we both pretty much thought that, but at the same time, we both recognize just how ignorant we are on the subject, so we were like, I mean,
Why risk
we
it?
didn't want to wake up one night and the house was already on fire because of just some little tiny dumb thing that everyone else in the area would be like, yeah, of course you have to, whatever thing, you know, of course you have to take care of this or change that or clean that out or whatever.
Yeah.
Double kill. Triple kill.
It just felt like an inconvenient time to have the house burned down. You know?
Wasn't the vibe.
At least to be warm.
Wasn't the right time.
Yeah, if the goal is warmth.
Yeah. This fucking guy.
Oh yeah. The battle rifle is a little weird because sometimes like the kill is just a little delayed. Like I think I haven't killed them, but the third bullet is like still getting to them, and
Yeah.
that kills them.
There, I had a moment a few games back where like I'd shot someone, and I was confident that I was gonna get the kill, so I just immediately started reloading. But that kind of situation happened where like the kill was just a little delayed, and so I was like, oh, I'm so fucked because I'm like mid reload animation, and then the bullet finally hits them. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's nice.
I'm having an issue with my rate of fire.
So each time you click,
Yeah. I'm over here spamming it like I'm going to fucking town, and it's like sometimes sometimes it'll shoot pretty fast, and then sometimes it's like, hello, I'm clicking the mouse, but none of the bullets are flying. Like it's literally not shooting. It's weird.
sound if anything
Not
a
possibly
hardware.
a mouse problem, is it?
Yeah. Also, you
No.
shouldn't be like going for a tap record here. You want to learn the cadence of the guns.
Yeah, you
Um,
gotta let all 3 bullets leave before you.
That's going to impact your accuracy as well.
But if I click faster
top
than the cadence of the weapon is, then it should fire all the shots.
Well, I don't know. Try it differently.
Unless they've got jam mechanics built in, and literally you can't overclick.
I mean, they don't, but like I'm just like rapid clicking for the sake of it, and it's just continuously shooting. But I do feel like it's not perfect as far as it's not like finishing round sending it, because there's still like a transfer there.
Possibly.
I don't know. Get good, I guess, is the takeaway.
I feel like this is a conversation for someone better than me. I don't know that I'm good enough to really understand gun firing cadence. I don't know that I've ever really thought about that.
I would need to record some of my gameplay and also have a hand cam.
Ooh. Okay. I gotta step it up.
Somehow figure out how to record my my clicks. Like how many times I click. My clicks per second. That's how fast I'm clicking.
I know there's the A program. I don't know what program it is, but where it shows your keystrokes on screen, and then you can record that. I've seen that in some gameplay videos. Especially like Dark Souls and different stuff, where they're showing like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's very
show
specific.
specifically what they're doing.
Yeah.
No.
Green tower?
The center.
Turquoise? Not the center tower.
West Tower.
Yeah.
Golden showers.
Golden showers.
Oh.
What's your right?
Drip, drip, drip,
Oh,
little
my ex-
golden
What
showers.
the hell was that?
To your left, demon.
Thank you. Oh shit! They're tossing cells,
Yeah, that's what it was.
and not the Dragon Ball character.
West tower again. Backside. To your right. Epic. Above you.
Got him. Well done.
Nice.
I feel like fuel cells shouldn't be allowed in SWAT.
Shoot them while they're carrying
I
them.
find
They're literally
Use-
grenades.
trying to use fuse cells in SWAT is actually much more difficult. So I feel like it's an earned kill.
I'll allow it.
Because usually you'll die before you can get a good aim and fire it.
Any reading, any books people have been going through lately? Or audio. Or audio. You fucking nerds.
No.
No, I was about to the other day. I was about to pick up one of my books, but instead I just opened up YouTube and watched Dragon Ball Z clips.
Valid.
So,
I think I'm gonna call it quits at 8.
Okay. Sounds good. I've been listening through the Thrawn Ascendancy books again. Because I never got to the third one. I finished 1 and 2. The third one came out and I didn't get to it straight away. So I'm in going through 2 again so I can do 3 kind of fresh. Recently finished Your Deceptive Mind, A Scientific Guide to Critical Thinking, which is part of the Great Courses. It's like lecture series. That was
Thinking
fascinating.
for dummies.
It was just like understanding all of the things we've learned about, you know, how our brains work, how our memories work, and stuff like that, and how basically how bad they are by default. Like our critical thinking skills, our ability to like really refine information, it
they're
takes
coming up in the base.
such a manual effort and a lot of it, especially to get started. Like just like the
It's
fact
literally
that,
sitting. Okay, my ex, that tunnel. There's literally 2 of them just camping.
okay.
So go around the other way.
The fact that our memories, let me see if I can get either of these. I got one. When you remember something, you're not
was that not a
remembering
kill?
the event every time. You are remembering the last time you remembered it.
You remembered it. Yeah, yeah. This is a very interesting thing, and people really want to push against this notion because they want to believe that you know, I remember.
Mhm.
But every time you remember it, you actually re-record it next to whatever thing is going on in your mind at that time. So, or something like that. So it always changes it, some pieces of it.
Yeah, very malleable. And so new information, fake information, whatever it might be, can be introduced to your memories. Even if you were present at the event you're talking about, even if you think you remember it a certain way, to you do. But it doesn't necessarily mean it was true. So it was things like that. It really kind of goes into depth about all of these mechanics that we've
What
learned
the-
about. He was behind. He's been... Yeah, these guys are just finding spots to camp all over. It's fine. We got this.
I just choose either to remember something perfectly
Nope.
or not remember it at all.
Well, that's a trope.
If you don't remember, it wasn't important in the first place.
Exactly.
One
That's
way
why
that
I spend most of my brain energy remembering details to the T and not wasting my brain energy on things that don't matter.
I feel you there, Epic. I feel you because I would say I've also taken that same approach of thinking. Although I don't think it does actually work that way. What I've started, or what I have done since I was younger, is behind you, Demon, behind you guys. By call sign.
Yep.
Is if something important happens, I'm like, oh, that was a big important event. I know it's gonna come up. I will learn the story of it like like it's, you know, a play or like it's dialogue or whatever, you know, like stand-up comedy or something, I'll learn it and then I'll memorize the like
The retelling.
recitation of that. Yeah, and then that's the thing that I go, this is how it happened. And then I don't rely on my memory so much as I rely on
The script.
knowing how the script goes. Yeah.
How do I only have 2 kills? This makes no sense.
Behind you, Demon. I got him.
Good job, thank you. Yeah, and there are like tips and
X.
tricks. Things like the Sherlock's famous memory palace is if you can visualize storing a memory, if you can visualize storing information,
Next two.
it
Going to garden.
assists in the actual recall later on. Because it has this other visual and like extra effort to put into. the
Behind you,
memory.
Demon.
Thank you. Got him.
Going to the Garden of Bleeding.
Your fucking callouts team. You guys are on fire. I love it. Oop, 2 on my X. So that was one of the books. The other one that I've recently started listening to is, and I just had it. I think it's of Blood and Ash. From Blood and Ash. It's smut. It's a porn book. It's
A Knives Out mystery.
It's a fantasy porn book. It's great.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We went into adult areas. It really slows Astronaut down.
Well, the person that I think I was trying to call out to Sneeko, but for some reason his name wasn't coming up on my screen. So I was like, and then the next person coming up on that area was Epic, but then it was too late.
It was all
Well,
over.
that guy was literally facing the other way, and somehow managed to shoot his gun behind him, and then glitch to facing in front of me.
Sounds like
I'm
we-
worried about. I think maybe your connection tonight is suffering.
I mean,
Oh,
it
we
could
got
be.
it.
I did have a couple crashes. I don't think so, though.
We got a cheater.
Yep.
You in blue utility.
Got one.
You were looking down that hall, Demon.
Utility for short.
One
What?
behind you, Demon.
Yeah, no, I completely fucked up. I couldn't kill the first guy.
Yeah, you jumped like right in the middle of them.
I did, but we got the win anyway. GG's.
How have I managed to get last kill on all of our victories?
We let you. We want you to have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you always get last kill.
See, we just know. Epic gets last kill. Really hurts us when you're killing us, though. We don't like that as much.
One of the last matches, I definitely did shoot at you guys a few times as you spawned in front of me.
I shoot you all the time. You're gold. Miami color is gold. It happens. So you got one more?
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay. And then if Mr. Slayer is still around and would like to
Slender.
jump in, Slender Man, they're welcome to.
Player man.
The Slender
He's
Slayer.
a Slender fan.
Hey. But good shit. Good shit.
He's
Sneak-
a slender slayer man.
Sneeko, what podcast you been listening to?
The
What?
LTT WAN show archive. So that's 519 episodes. They're anywhere from like an hour to 3 hours
Yikes.
over the past 10 years of just tech news.
Wow.
It was actually really interesting to come back to because they started their channel probably just a little bit before I built my first computer.
Whoa.
So I was already in tech and vaguely following it. So it was pretty cool just to go back and get a deeper explanation on a lot of different things that I've seen in my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That's pretty
Don't
interesting.
don't invest in any stocks that they mentioned in episode 1.
Yeah, they might not exist anymore.
You missed the boat.
Too late. I I'm broke. I
There's-
spent all my money.
This up and coming company called Microsoft. You might want to look them up.
I mean, we're about that macro hard.
Hey, baby.
That's what I'm about.
Ha-
That is interesting.
He lined both of us up there.
Yeah, dude, that was trash.
I mean, we were walking both very next to each other.
Yeah, but he turned a corner already zoomed in. What kind of a loser does that?
Sounds like you guys are running into my kind of enemies.
Winners?
Winners?
True.
Rats.
More like a brat.
I'm running out too much. I need to.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
Bougie, ratchet, and thick. I'm a brat. It's a good song.
You know, it's a song. It's one of the songs that are out there.
Light skin Keisha. Check her out.
But are you still listening to the new Die Antwoord stuff?
Only thing I haven't heard is their newest song, which they just released before New Year's. That's the only thing of theirs I
Oh,
haven't
I haven't
heard.
heard that.
If you like that word, I would recommend Little Big. It's kind of on that same note.
I don't think I've heard of
not
them.
heard that.
I'll link you a couple of recommendations here.
I'm still on my like Old Norse Viking music kick. I still
Solid choice.
still diving pretty deep into all that stuff.
Throw some incense on and throw some Heilung on Max.
Dude, sit out in the woods with some incense, and I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. You want a transcendental experience? Dude, take VR away.
You don't need no screens where we're going.
Tell you what, man.
Gotta throw some of the links in the chats for us. Let us know what you're listening to.
All right, yeah, I got some stuff.
Almost ran off the map again.
Like, you know, we all have choices to make.
Oh, no.
I got them both.
Oh, thank you, dude. I like shot him 3 times, but not in the head, and then I made the foolish
Head.
mistake of chasing him because I was just like, ah.
I won it. I jumped down for a guy and I ended up standing in front of him. So, yikes. Yeah,
I
Cinco
got him
got him.
for ya.
Thanks, buddy.
Ugh. I'm pulling the trigger too quick. I need to.
Slow it down. Breathe. Water breathing.
Ooh.
Bullshit.
Bullshit breathing. I feel
Man,
like
everyone's dying around me.
something I'm noticing in Halo Infinite's like map design, it's way too every map is just so fucking open. Every single like place has 3 or
An angle.
4 sight lines on it.
Yeah.
And it's like I just like yeah, that's good to have because you want there to be some like you want there to be open plays, but give me some hallways to like work around.
Fuck, I ran off the map again. I feel like they're open, but also somehow congested.
Demon on your right. On my X, up on top. Yeah. Okay.
No, he's gone.
Like this map is pretty open, but there's also just like way too many objects, like in between you and what you want to shoot.
Yeah, there's like lots of open space while also everything's in your way. I feel that.
Almost like it was poorly designed. But who are we to question the architects?
Yeah, who are
The
we?
masters of 343.
Who are we?
And the pure sheer artwork that they've created in their time with the Halo franchise. I still don't get 343. How are you handed like such an easy success of an IP and they struggle so much? I still don't totally get that. I'm glad they've like gotten rid of their whoever was in charge before, or the lead
Designer or whatever.
designer or whoever it was, because it wasn't working out. Two and a half misses out of 3 is too many.
Fuck was that?
Too many.
What was the half miss?
Well, I'm giving Infinite the half.
Okay.
Here's my problem with 4 and 5. And I mean 5, it was just in many ways a miss. 4, it was pretty good, but why change the suit? I mean, that's like making Mario not have a mustache, or like taking Link's hat away, or like removing Mickey Mouse's ears or some crap. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like making Mario's hat have a personality and eyes and a mustache.
It's
It
like giving
was a
Mario
little
the-
weird.
It's like making Mario sound like an American.
Or taking his ass away.
Yeah. Who would do that? Bastards. That's who.
Seriously.
Yeah, 4, honestly, like, I enjoyed 4.
I don't remember it at all.
Mario
But
4?
that's kind of the point.
I think that's its biggest downfall is, like, it was fine. Like, I don't remember there being any major controversy around a lot of it, just that it wasn't,
Except the suit.
well, yeah, barring what we've already mentioned there.
Yeah.
Some
Hot
of the
take here. Best Halo ODST.
I mean, ODST was fire.
Hey,
ODST is fire, but mine is Reach.
Reach is solid.
Reach is also pretty good. But the reason those are both great is because it steps away from the Master Chief. It's the Skywalker problem all over again.
See, and I
Look-
think like 3 was also phenomenal. Like 3 ODST, and technically ODST is part of 3 anyway, and Reach are, I think, the best.
No.
But I think like 3 was a good, as much as we don't want to lose the Master Chief, it was kind of a good send off, or at least a good place to take a break from Master Chief.
He should have died. I still hold. I love Master Chief.
Yeah.
I love Halo, Reach 1, 2, 3. I freaking love them. I think Master Chief should have straight up completely died. It feels like the whole thing of like they wanted to end the story, the developers.
Yeah.
But then Microsoft, the money people, are like, no, you can't kill him because we want to keep making money off this character, so it has to become a perma thing. The battle, the war, the conflict, the whatever, it's always gotta be going on. It's the same issue they had with Assassin's Creed 3. Instead of ending the story and then just having Assassin's Creed stories that just float however, wherever, they're just one-off beats, they tried to continue this whole modern day story, which then totally flopped, and they ended the story in comic books.
Yeah. So
It's in the story.
you gave me a
Start a new
thought.
one.
You gave me a thought there of a way that I would have liked to have seen Halo 3 conclude on that, with that kind of idea, because I do think it's okay for like Microsoft, Bungie, yay or nay either way, to have wanted the franchise to like still have some legs and some way to connect it. But I feel like Master Chief himself maybe had his time in the sun and should have relinquished it. Still keep the Warthog scene, the Warthog level at the end, because that's just a classic at this point. But make it like you're racing to get to the objective. You're racing to get to the final platform where you have to do something, maybe. And I would want almost something that we got in 4, where like Cortana's like, I've got to be the one to like shut this whole thing down. Like, I've got to save Master Chief and blah blah blah. And Chief pulls like a little switcheroo of like, you're too important. Send you off back to the humans, back to UNSC somehow. He stays behind as like, I'm gonna push the big red button that like wins the war for us here. Giving him like a noble sacrifice to end on. But you still have like Cortana who can, you know, deliver the final, like deliver his last memories or something, and act as that transitionary character into the new era.
Yeah.
And the AIs have a built-in like redundancy. They have a set time frame where they die, so she has an out.
Yeah. I mean, they could have done something where they're like, look, we're going to do Reach. They set up Noble 6, and then Noble 6 has a reason for why he didn't appear in 1, 2, and 3. And then in 4, he shows up and he's like, gotta hunt down Master Chief's dead body and retrieve Cortana. And but now she's like all damaged, and then like it's like damaged Cortana inside of Noble 6. And I mean,
Like this.
or something, you know, whatever. But this, like, for some characters, it works. Something like Mario or something like that, where there isn't really a serious storyline. Yeah, I mean, that character can live forever. But when you have a serious storyline, it's got to end.
Yeah, it's got to have some conclusion, and that's it. Like I like I said, I love Chief as like the icon, as like the mascot, but it's hard for the story to consistently be built around him without it feeling weird.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well on that note, Epic, are we letting you go for the evening?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna be jumping off here.
thank you for joining us. I appreciate you getting to jump in. And we're going to give a shout out here in the chat. If people aren't aware, Epic is also a streamy boy. Go ahead and check out his content over at twitch.tv/Epic the Guildmaster.
Being that I have mandatory 5 days quarantine, as long as I'm feeling up to it, there should be a stream on Wednesday.
Ooh, love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Drop those links for you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You guys have a good night, many wins, and I'll see you in the chat.
Thank you. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right, Slayer, are you still around? Sneeko, I'm going to go ahead and grab that spicy bean.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Let's see what we're gonna get here. I think that's orange. Is that sriracha? Or habanero? One of the two. Ooh, it's got some kick. That's a habanero. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Whew. Sneeko, as always, thank you for the bean redeem. I appreciate you trying to ruin my insides.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. So I think we're going to take this time, while Astronaut is taking care of their stuff, I'm going to take a quick bio break and grab a new drink as well. So do what you got to do. Grab a snack, grab a drink, use the bathroom, do whatever you need. We'll be back with some more Halo Infinite in just a moment.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just here to clear.
I'm good with SWAT
All right, we'll keep
or
playing some-
whatever.
We'll do another match or two of SWAT. Maybe go somewhere from there. Dude, this bean, it's not leaving me alone. It's not going away. So I had an idea for like a, I guess like documentary, like vlog style thing that I don't know how valid it is, how accomplishable it is. But I wanted to create like a becoming a knight, like making a knight series, where it's just like look at all of the like the skills and like practices that a medieval knight or something like that would have had and worked on, and like find specialists in the area. So like go to the HEMA training swordsman, and like go through some like lessons, some like crash courses in each one of the things. It's like go get some horse riding lessons, go get some sword fighting lessons, and like different things like that. Whatever nobility stuff they would have needed, like I don't practice your eloquency or who knows. I'd have to do some research, but I think that would be fun.
It'd be a lot of fun. It'd be really cool.
It's ideas like that I wish I just had like the time and money where the content was all that mattered. Like I could fly back to England and like look for specialists to work with.
Yeah. Ideas are easy, execution is hard.
Exactly. All right, Nico, you posting shit?
No.
I'm posting a few things that I've been sitting on.
Nice. I was just hearing all of the Discord bleeps. I was like, oh god, what's happening? Goddamn
I
Bean
would
gave me the
never-
sniffles.
I would never shitpost. Don't you put that on me.
Put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby.
Okay, alright, that's the last one. There's some real quality stuff there that I've
Holding on to.
been really enjoying. That's just some of the stuff. So one thing that I've been doing, and this is in big part because of what I'm working on for my own YouTube channel and series and stuff.
Yeah.
I've just been looking a lot at like what is like, it's not even really right to call it fan created, but what's like, what's some like independently created stuff, like what's some really cool stuff coming out, you know, that isn't strictly studio made and everything.
Right.
And
Big
I've
labels
been finding
produce
some, yeah, I've been finding some really cool stuff. But the problem is that it's a bit far and in between for like the really good high quality fan created stuff, because
by definition, yeah, it's a little less. Jackavel, welcome in. Hope you're having a good evening, and I hope you're feeling okay. I know you said you were on the mend, which I like to hear. Hopefully that trend keeps up and it doesn't come back. Mentioning that they would be interested in that documentary mostly for the etiquette and dance lessons that would come along with it. And that's kind of what, like, I maybe it was like rewatching A Knight's Tale or something that gave me the idea. But yeah, I was just like, it would be cool to see all of the little different bits and pieces that like make up what we think of as a knight.
I'm still trying to get my mom to watch the Dark Knight trilogy, but just talking about it, she started getting teary-eyed, and she's like, I just love A Knight's Tale and Heath Ledger so much, and just thinking about that role that he was in, and she's like, I just can't take it. And
Oh my gosh.
I know, she like just the other day we were talking about, I was like, you should really watch it. I think you'd like it. And she like got all teary-eyed, and she's like, I don't know, maybe I'll try, but yeah.
No promises.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get her over that hump, but it's still hitting too close to home for her.
You know, I feel that. I choose to enjoy the art he left behind as a way to remember him.
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to make your arguments for you. And then season 2 is Samurai. Just start going through all of these different kind of not even professions, ways of living that have styles of living. That'd be fun.
How on earth did that guy see me? He killed you, Demon, and then he like...
In what?
I was like across the way on the opposite side, and he was like... He like hit me right after he hit you.
So like, I don't often call people out on like, I think they're cheating, because I have some really good games where I just like, I'm flawless, and you know, sometimes you're just in the zone and like, you get lucky with the way that spawns and stuff line up. In One's Oath, I think that's his name, is suspicious. Or in One's Absence.
Suspicious. That's the second time I noticed a pretty solid shot that he did.
Yeah, and he's had a couple on me as well, where I'm just like, really? You caught that? Where it's like a hair past a wall type thing.
Well,
Yeah.
he's also sliding around, getting very good headshots.
Yeah.
He is doing a lot of sliding.
So, Epic says, don't forget Atlantis living. Yeah, let me just go ahead and raise an ancient lost city from the depths of the ocean and figure out how exactly they were living.
Okay, so there's actually some pretty compelling research and stuff coming out about Atlantis, and it looks like they might have found it on the east side of Africa, and that at one time it had been under the like water, it had sunk under before it turned into a desert. You know, I'm gonna share that too. There's actually some real interesting stuff going on about Atlantis right now.
Interesting. Excuse me. I was talking to my own mother, who loves.
Oh, yeah, not this time.
Loves looking into different possibilities in our history. And, you know, like ancient aliens, stuff like that. And I guess so Graham Hancock is someone that has appeared on Ancient Aliens before, and has a book, Chariot of the Gods is like the most famous one. It's a lot of like either hyper advanced ancient civilization theories and stuff like that. She was telling me about it, and she was like, "You would love to watch this. You know, it's really interesting. It's fascinating. It's good stuff." And there it is. And unfortunately, no, I wouldn't love to watch that because it's pseudoscience. And there's a reason why whenever you watch those type of shows, the language they use is could it be that ancient alien civilizations, and it's like the reason why they phrase everything as a question is because they know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And they
You
can't
gotta be careful about all that stuff.
Yeah. And so I do have a problem with a lot of this air quote archaeology coming out. Not saying that this is what yours is, it just kind of triggered the same memory. Of like, there's so much, just like anyone with a theory now can throw it out there. And because it's interesting, people want to believe it and latch onto it. And they're not applying, little full circle here, they're not applying the critical thinking skills that you kind of need to make an effort to apply to realize like, oh, well, if there was a hyper advanced ancient civilization that was able to like manipulate the world around them, we would probably see more evidence of them gathering like ores and other materials to build things with, because that's just what you would need to do to like make anything.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. So, I'm gonna share some stuff with you. I'm gonna share some stuff with you, and then I want to hear your thoughts on it and everything.
Okay.
Because there are some people. I mean, I agree. The whole ancient alien thing. When I was younger, I was like got all into it, and then after a while, I was like, how come everything's always this, like you said, it's always this question and there's never any answers, there's never any resolution, and every episode they have just as big or bigger of a thing that they've discovered. Yeah. But there are some interesting things starting to come out, like they're starting to see more evidences that there was actually some kind of a global flooding event. And
which is fully like that at a minimum 100% I can believe, because one, if sea levels rise dramatically, that's going to happen pretty much everywhere. Water levels are going to increase, right? There's a lot of interconnectivity there, and every civilization has a flood story, because a lot of our early civilizations, if not the vast majority, were on waterfronts, because that's where you had access to the things you needed to live.
Yeah, so with that in mind, there are people who are starting to look at like, okay, well, so if we keep that in mind, that there may have been this massive flooding event, then how might that have just changed where cultures lived and how things might have been, like different materials might have been shifted and things. And one of the theories is that there may have actually been a super advanced civilization in the past, somewhat similar to us, but they might have, instead of developing with like electricity and with things like this, so I don't know, I'm no expert on all this, but the idea is that these cultures might have developed with like a sort of a sound technology, like being able to move massive things with sound and being able to heal the body with frequencies and different things. And at first I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the more I like looked at these videos, these different things, I'm like, you know, there might actually be some points to this. I don't know if they're right, but why couldn't a culture have potentially evolved in a different technological line? It's interesting. I'd be interested to hear what you think.
I mean, I'm definitely always interested to like check new stuff out like that. I have heard like the sound wave theory before, that it's a quite a big presence when people look at different paths their history may have taken. And that's like, so it's ignorant of us to say that it's impossible, right? We weren't there, quite literally. We can't say, if we don't have a direct record of that time that can be corroborated, then and we don't have any other way of confirming it, then we will never know.
Demon
100%.
behind you on the stairs.
Thank you. Got him. The thing is, so when we say science is proven or science supports or whatever, it's the information we currently have with the best understanding of that information that we have equals what is currently accepted. And science is always changing. We're always learning new things. We're learning new methods of testing things. And so what we believed once is and was wrong, and updates as we go.
That's what makes it fun and exciting, honestly.
Yeah. But it does, so when we look at like possible ancient civilizations, it's more just like, let's look at the potential barriers or things that don't line up as much as to why it may be less likely than the current kind of more traditional trajectory that we've seen. And that comes into things like, okay, even if they had the technology to use sound waves and move things, they would still have to have a large civilization, which you kind of need to reach a certain technological level, because you need people creating food, people getting materials, people doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
There should be more evidence of them just obtaining raw materials. Just evidence of, like, if we were to disappear, if humans were to be wiped out tomorrow, it would take longer than the time frame that is being suggested in these theories for evidence of us to disappear.
Well, and that's kind of the thing, is at the end of the day, we want to find spectacular things. We want to find
we'd
hidden
love it.
secrets. And, ancient, magnificent civilizations and so on and so forth. We want to find these things. And so we are already biased. What we find is already partially skewed because we want it to be bigger than life. We want it to be this huge find and this huge discovery, all this different kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think kind of like what you're saying is we have to be careful that we're actually looking at the information and not trumping up the information.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that whenever a scientific theory is like, oh, the scientific community is hiding this from you, and it's like, okay, here's the thing. Whether you want to talk archaeology, because that's a big one. It's part of this conversation. If you want to talk vaccines, super hot topic, current thing, blah blah blah. There's no one organization that could be hiding scientific information from you, because the scientific information that reaches the public to the level of like, okay, we're talking vaccines, or okay, we're talking like established and supported archaeological record, it has gone through rigorous amounts, years of people combing over information and people trying to debunk it.
No.
Because good science is verifiable and replicatable, and it would be in someone's benefit to show a bigger, better thing. Like, I know that this can be, and this is a hot topic for some people. But if we look at the vaccines, like, some people are saying like, oh, the Pfizer vaccine didn't actually work. It was a placebo the whole time. Obviously, that's bullshit. But
that would be funny.
Yeah, but it was just like, let's think about this. Let's think about this just one step away. Johnson & Johnson, who is their competitor in business, could very easily, they have the equipment, they have the tools, they could get a Pfizer vaccine and test it. And if they found out that was the case, guess what? Pfizer's being pulled. Johnson & Johnson is now like your only supplier, or with Moderna and stuff, and it's like all of a sudden they have a reason that they would call them out for that. So if the people that would benefit from this information being true aren't the ones saying it, then it makes sense that it's not true. So, and then, you know, if we look at like archaeology, this is something we talk about, you know, it's not just like, okay, the, you know, Oxford archaeological team has found this. It's like, okay, multiple people have looked at ruins or have looked at DNA or carbon dated, or, you know, multiple people, multiple teams from across the world have all worked to come to this conclusion. And we wouldn't have come to that conclusion if there was a significant reason to debunk it. Or on the flip side, if there was like this amazing technology or this finding that, you know, we often see like this human remain found from 3 million years before the last ice age shows, you know, that we know absolutely nothing about evolution. Guess what? Like, if that was true, if that evidence was there, everyone that wanted to make a name for themselves in archaeology would be on it. Everyone would be, because it would be this hot new thing. They would be able to get themselves published. There's a reason it's being written about in like science fiction books or pseudoscience books, because it's a fun theory and it's fun to entertain and look at those things, because we never know. So we got to test it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. I mean, it really is, like you said, who benefits. I say that all the time. Like, whenever something hot comes out and, you know, friends or family members or colleagues or, you know, whoever, you know, they're like, oh, did you hear about this? Yeah, it turns out that, you know, on this YouTube channel or on the news or wherever, they said this and that, and see proof that we're wrong, proof that I'm a victim, you know. It kind of always goes back to that in the end. And I'm just always like, okay, but like, who benefits from this?
Yeah.
Who benefits from, I mean, who just benefits from the information being out? Who benefits from you being worked up about this or whatever, you know?
Well, and that's it. And if you realize like, oh, Fox News, or insert your hated news reporter here, is telling you something that's upsetting you. Yeah, that's what they want.
Right, because you know, you're all upset and well, they're on your side. They told you the truth. They're the one giving you the inside scoop to what the ambiguous they don't want you to know.
Yeah.
And you're going to tune in tomorrow night to get the next bit of information, and the next night, and the next night. Well, that gives them ratings. They benefit. You know? And so you got to step back and be like, okay, maybe this is true, but how else can I verify this? How can I get this information from someone who doesn't benefit? You know? It's kind of like, so one thing I think about, like, this whole thing of like UFOs, you know, UFOs has become a hot topic in the last few years. And there's, you know, like these military people have said, oh yeah, we saw some crazy flying machine. Was it UFOs? They were on the Joe Rogan show, and ABC News was like, you know, UFOs confirmed. But it's always kind of the thing of like, well, but it's unidentified flying objects. We didn't say it was aliens. We just, you know, but obviously they know what they're doing, all of them, and all this different kind of stuff. And there's kind of this like narrative going around of like, oh, the military are like secretly building UFOs from like, they're like trying to reverse engineer these spacecrafts from like that they found, and like one of them they found in an archaeological find, and like all this different kind of stuff, right? There's all these stories around what the government's doing with UFOs, and it's all to keep the man down and everything. And but what's interesting is part of this like narrative that they have that's going around, of course, you know, the government's not going to confirm anything, but you know, they wouldn't anyways, and you know, I give it to them. Probably wouldn't anyways if it was super top secret. But like one of the things that they're saying is like, well, actually, when all the information back in the day, like 60s and 70s, when all the hype around UFOs was coming out, was actually the government was planting all these false stories about UFOs to get people off the trail of what they were actually doing and to create so much confusion that no one could figure out what was really going on. And that's why we can't trust them, and that's why we know that now they are working on these spacecrafts that they've got and everything. And it's like, look, man, until we see something, it's all just noise. And I feel like that's so many things with like all this archaeological stuff and all these different things. It's like, look, these are all real great theories. It's all really fun. It would be really neat if, you know, the Egyptians had like super technology and all this different kind of stuff, and Stargate was real and whatnot. But like, until we actually have something, it's all just stories from all these people who just heard it from someone that they can verify did know. But I mean, how can you verify they know? Well, they're good friends with them, and they trust them,
yeah.
and it's like,
That's a logical fallacy.
yeah.
Just because it kind of ties into what a couple of things you brought up there, and I want to recognize the chatters. Jacobel did also make a good point that it also sucks that we just keep trying to basically say like ancient civilizations, you know, earlier humans that aren't us couldn't have figured this out. They were too dumb to have done, you know, to have built the pyramids, to have built anything, you know, to have done X, Y, Z. And it's like, no, they weren't. Like, they're still humans. They were still ingenuitive, intelligent people. They were working with different tools, but they can still do things.
Well, and we stand on their shoulders. It's
Yeah.
like, give us some credit. Give humans some credit.
Like
you know?
we can do these things, and it's
Yeah.
and like Jacobel said, you know, they had their own technologies, or they had a lot of slaves, or manpower one way or another. And when you put a lot of people together, they can do some amazing things.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fully accept that we don't have the whole picture, but I mean, we kind of know we don't have the whole picture. The problem comes in when people are like, I know how history happened.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
you don't.
all right, slow your roll a little bit.
Epic asking or stating, I mean, it's also possible that aliens used Earth as an experiment planet and just transplant different civilizations from other timelines and planets here to confuse us. So again, that falls into...
I've never heard that. That's pretty interesting.
That falls... that's one of the ancient alien theories. It falls into that realm of, is it technically possible? Sure, you know, it's highly likely that there are alien civilizations out there. It's possible that they have a significantly more advanced grasp on spacefarer travel, maybe even time travel. Who knows? Those are all possibilities. But why would our DNA all align so well? To the point where we can trace not only within the human genome, but most of the animals on the planet, we can kind of trace to where they all branch off and how they layer together through evolution.
Yeah.
That would make less sense. We would expect to see more genetic variation if different peoples were coming from different planets, because they'd be around different factors, ecological, different threats to evolve different traits. So,
I mean, I feel like for every hypothesis that's along these sorts of lines, and like I'm not saying I'm like above it, man. I've sat in my room for days
Oh, it is.
and been like,
yeah.
oh man, yeah, what if this, what if that? I mean, like, dude, I'm totally on the train. Like, the thing is, though, that I keep coming back to is, until we have something beyond just like circumstantial what ifs, just like, well, what if? And people want to treat what ifs as though they have solid basis for like for understanding our place in the universe.
Yeah.
And I get, you know, we have to work on hypotheses and stuff on some level because you know, we have to question and then we have to test that and, you know, theories, you know, it's the whole scientific process and everything. But that's just the thing, is we have to be able to test it out. And until there is something that we can actually pull out of it, I mean, it's the whole thing about aliens. I think almost certainly there are aliens. But as far as I'm aware, and as far as everyone that I know is aware, as far as I'm aware of them being aware, none of us actually have any idea that there are aliens. So it's hard then to be like, well, the government should start making anti-alien technology or whatever. And it's like,
Should they though?
yeah, like,
I mean, we do. We have
But
guns.
the-
We have missiles.
yeah, but we have nothing, and the theory is always, well, but if there are aliens and they are contacting us, then they're so immensely more evolved than us. I mean, they would just have to be so much more evolved than us that our technology would mean nothing anyway. So it's like, well, then I guess we should just continue as we have been then.
I mean that.
And,
Yeah.
you know.
The honest argument there is like, look, if there's an alien civilization that could contact us, they would pretty much have had to have mastered like faster than light travel.
Yeah.
And if they can do that, we will never develop something in our lifetime to challenge that unless we just miraculously discover something. Because they could just like FTL an asteroid at the planet and it would wipe us all out.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I saw this-
the gap there is too big.
I saw this thing today, and it's like, is there a spaceship hiding in the Kuiper Belt? And immediately I was like, oh my goodness, is there? Is there? What could that mean? What are the implications of that? And then I was like, yeah, but just as likely, or potentially more likely, there's not.
There's not.
And so I just think there needs to be a lot of caution about this stuff. It's very exciting to think about it. It's very
Yeah.
fun to think about.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot of value in thinking about it just out of pure like, hey, we got to test out theories. We got to test out ideas. We got to figure out what sticks. But we can't get too married to ideas before they have actually been tested out. And that's a lot of the trouble we've had today, you know, going back to like vaccines and I mean politics and media and just a lot of ideas about how to move forward the human species, you know, just all
Yeah.
of us, is a lot of people want to full dive into things before we've had a chance to test them out yet. And that is dangerous.
Yeah, people get too married to their ideas, where you should be married to the process of discovery. Like we
Yeah.
want like any good scientist, really any good person, should want everybody else thinking. Think wild thoughts, think weird theories, and then test them, and be okay when they're wrong. The greatest part about science is that finding out that something is incorrect is still good knowledge.
Yeah.
Edison's an asshole that steals inventions, but I think he's quoted as saying, "I didn't fail, 500 times. I found 500 ways to not make a light bulb."
Yeah. It's like 1,000 or something,
yeah.
10,000 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great quote. I mean, and that's the way that people should look at life. Look, you're not failing, you're learning.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's
People want to just be right out the gate. They
Yeah.
want to be right on their first try. They want to be a pro on the first go.
pro on the first go. So yeah, have ideas, but then think critically about them. Why may they look for flaws in your own ideas? And if you get to a point where you're like, I legitimately cannot think of a reason why this wouldn't work, test it.
Yeah.
That's the process, BB girls.
Yeah, I think a lot of this definitely applies to Graham Hancock since you brought him up. But having listened to him on the Joe Rogan show and different things, I do think you would enjoy hearing what he has to say. I do think sometimes he gets a little too in love with his own ideas, and and you gotta just listen to it and be like, all right, okay. You gotta not be too willingly sold, too eagerly sold, but he does have some very interesting ideas.
Yeah, and that's something I will never fault the guy on, is he's creative. Not even in just a fictional sense of creativity, as in he has a good mind for thought and
Yeah.
exploration of those thoughts. But I think it's the certain closeness I have with the material as well, of just hearing people not believe in evolution because they want to believe that aliens were involved, and I have to go, no, like, we may be missing some small details here on there about some very specific pieces. That's a potential, but we know and can demonstrate that the process is happening. Like
Right. Well, I mean, you evolve yourself in your own lifetime. I mean, let alone just like aging and stuff. But we have seen that if you take two people who have same kind of background or whatever, and if you put them under different stresses, different circumstances, they'll grow differently. And then if you put their kids under similar stresses as to the parents, which were different from, these two different test groups, the differences continue.
Yeah.
And continue and continue and continue. And when you separate groups of people, when groups of people go, we will only breed amongst ourselves, and they do this for thousands of years, well, here we are,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing of, like, for a long time, people said, like, no, evolution can't be because we believe in God. And then when, like, evolution kind of became so overwhelming, they were like, oh, well, God made evolution.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, okay, fine, but here's the thing. We all need to take a step back and just accept that we don't know implicitly. We don't know the whole picture. And that's the thing. We need to always be open to revision. I mean, I'm totally open to there being like a great single creator and aliens and evolution and all this stuff, because I don't know. And I recognize that. So, all right, what evidence do you have for me?
Yeah. No, and that's it. I mean, and that's it. It's one of the interesting things is there are theistic, there are faithful scientists that believe in.
Oh my goodness, dude! I did so bad that round.
I wasn't even gonna mention it.
Jeez.
I was where is it? I was not gonna mention it, but that's okay. People can believe in a deity, in a grand deity, in a pantheon of deities, while still understanding and supporting things like evolution and the process of natural selection. Because sure, maybe a grand creator put the things in motion. It's when the two conflict that I get concerned.
My problem is when people are dogmatic about it, when they're like, no, I know it is this one specific way, and
Sure.
that is it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but see, I know you don't know. And, not to that degree.
You know how I know you don't know? Because I know I don't know. And if I
Yeah.
don't know, you probably don't know.
And if I can accept that, and if I'm operating on par with everyone else in society and in the world, then I know I'm not missing some great piece of evidence that you just somehow have gotten. At the end of the day, it's our best theory, and we should hold to our beliefs. We should hold to our theories. We should test them out. We should prove them out, you know? And if it takes you your whole life, hey, that's very admirable. You know, you should do that. But if you see you're wrong, you should be willing. I mean, I feel it's much better to have an open heart and be willing to new information, willing to accept new information.
And I think we as different societies and cultures need to be better about teaching our youthful, our children's, how to be wrong. And I think that's something that we weren't taught, especially initially, but has been getting better. Is
Yeah.
like in a classroom, you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to put your hand up because you might be wrong, right?
Yeah, there's only the right answer, or you're dumb. Like
Yeah.
we judge you as a person.
Yeah. And it's like that needs to be something that we work on as a way of saying like, hey, that's not the correct answer, and build upon, like, that's not the answer we're looking for, and find a way to guide that and like make it okay to be wrong, make it maybe even more fun to be wrong somehow, I don't know. But it does need to be more about the process of getting to the right answer than the right answer.
Well, I mean, it's this whole thing of like test taking and everything,
Yeah.
where it's more valued to memorize the answer. It's more valued to get a good grade on the test. Cheat, don't get caught, memorize the answers, do whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do, get the test right.
Yeah.
Well, life fundamentally doesn't work that way. So we need to, yeah, like you're saying, teach a love for the process, not for the end solution. Because, I mean, the end solution to life is death. And so, you know, get with enjoying the journey. Because if all you care about is the end, well then, I mean, kill yourself. Because that's
Rip.
it. That is the end. That's it. That's the end. So it's that or enjoy the process.
Yep. There you go, folks.
Wait, you're saying I could just skip to the end?
If that's all you care about.
Oh, I'll be right back, guys.
No,
Alright,
no,
I
no,
won't
no,
be
no.
right back.
No.
The problem is you don't know if you're closing the book completely or just skipping to a different chapter.
That's the thing. And unfortunately, I'm selfish in this. My enjoying the process is contingent on you remaining in the process. So you know.
Down, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stick around because otherwise I'm carrying Astronaut in this fucking game by myself, and that's just not happening.
Did you see how many kills I got last round, Sneeko?
It couldn't.
was 0.
It couldn't count that
I
high.
couldn't see the kills.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'll tell you what, you can skip to the end, but you have to let me do it. You have to let me pull the trigger.
Oh my
and
god.
Off of my record, it's gonna take a while.
You get to decide when that happens.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep pulling the trigger, but, yeah, I'm just, you know.
He's a bad shot.
Shit. You have to play a VR game to the death.
That headset is a little terrifying, like, because I feel like there is someone out there, the fact that it exists, just by, like, mathematical probability, someone is gonna put that headset on, and they're gonna live for about 30 minutes after that, at most.
The game just fucking crashes and it cancels the death.
I mean, exactly, like...
Alright,
Do you know there's a teleporter at the bottom of that?
Is that what's down there?
Yeah.
Where
if you
does it go?
Jump in there, it goes to the island.
Oh shit! I looked at it and I was like, oh, there's another tunnel.
I thought it was
Oh!
just a hole.
That's the last time I follow you through a teleporter. Shit.
I mean, you should have followed me into the hole.
Well,
He's got a point.
he does have a point.
You should have been there.
You know. Well, I was there. That was the problem.
You were never really there.
I was never actually there.
The movie is really good, by the way.
I know that's a real favorite of yours.
I'm just gonna keep on saying it.
Which one?
The movie is called You Were Never Really There,
Ah.
and it has Joaquin Phoenix in it, and
Of course it does. Of course it does. With a name like that, of course it does.
He is really good
He is.
in 90% of everything.
yeah, I really want to watch Gladiator again.
You know, do it.
Stopping you.
He's currently in the
say-
middle of a stream.
What's stopping me? You know, I have different movies I watch during different times of the year, and like The Matrix, I only watch at the beginning of the year. The Lord of the Rings, I watch towards the end of the year. Same with Harry Potter.
They are both Christmas movies.
Yeah, exactly. And like Gladiator, Braveheart, Troy, those are summer films. Different stuff like that. But I did just watch The Batman the other night, and oh, I love that movie.
The Batman. I have not seen that yet.
Have you not seen it?
Not yet.
Oh, dude. Personally, I think it's better than all of the Dark Knight movies.
Oof. That's a big say.
Dude, I love the Dark Knight movies.
I do know that.
I think it's very culturally appropriate in our time.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a different kind of Batman that just hits right now. I mean, I think to Sneeko's point, like,
It's a
just
Batman
right
of
now.
today.
Yeah, it hits right now.
I've heard it's one of the best Gothams.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the city is just so well done.
Well, cause like in the Dark Knight, it's just kind of like Chicago almost. Like it could almost be any modern city.
Yeah.
But in this one, the Gotham very much feels like a place, like a
Right.
distinct place.
That makes sense.
And it's a very like it's a very Nirvana 9 Inch Nails Batman. And it's this kind of a Batman that couldn't have existed because of the technology of filmmaking at that time, but it somehow feels so right to have that Batman now.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. At some point, I recommend you know, just hop over to HBO Max and just, you know, do some DC binging.
I will have to do that.
Yes, you will have to do that.
Oh, I will. I will do that thing that I have to do.
You have to do it.
Fuck.
I guess that means I need to go over to Disney Plus sometime.
Yeah, probably. It's good.
I got your Disney Plus right here.
Hey.
I know you do, Sneeko. You always got me covered.
Yeah, I'll just send you the bastard.
Yeah, just buy it and send it to me in the mail. Yeah. I didn't do as bad.
Had some kills.
It's hard to do as bad as I did in the last one.
It would be an honest struggle.
Yeah.
And yet somehow we lost this one.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. Blows my gosh darn diddly dude mind. All right. I need to go pick up a Doge, as their owner is working all night tonight. So I'm gonna be wrapping up here. Let's go ahead and use my little. There we go. Thank you everyone for coming to hang out this evening. It has been an absolute pleasure to have a full squad tonight, flying Astronaut, Sneeko, and Epic all together, playing some Halo Infinite. Thank you boys for joining.
Feels good to be back.
Should be back on our normal schedule, so do look out for next Monday. We'll be back on Multiplayer Monday playing some more games, maybe some more Halo, maybe something else. We will see what we're feeling, what's going on at that time. Until then, I'll drop the socials and the Discord in our chat here, so if you're not already following or in the Discord, here are the appropriate links. I think that's it. No other big news, no announcements from myself. Do either of you have anything you'd like to shout out right now?
Not at the moment.
No? All right. Sneeko's actually been posting some of his own clips on YouTube. I don't know if you want other people to go look at those. There's some badass moments to look at.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah. It's the same stuff that gets posted in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm real happy with my Apex stuff, just because when I was sick with the Rona for like 2-3 months, that was all I did was Apex all the time, and I grinded it, and I'm really good now.
And you were good before, so that's saying
Pretty
something.
good before.
But yeah, that's gonna be it from us. So until next Monday, thank you all for being here. Please make sure you're taking care of yourselves, make sure you're taking care of each other, and as always, embrace your demons. Good night.
Wait.